deciding what to write about, trying to figure out what it's all about. Existentialist, am I worth anything or just a scout? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
That was great sounds. Watts with Outside on WNHHLP 103.5 FM, New Haven. Myself, Preston, and my partner in crime, Long Island raised, Elm City made, EZ BlueZ is in the building. EZ BlueZ, you are better with introductions more than me. Who do we have with us today on the program?
You know, in a world where they sit and they tell you you can't, there are certain aspects where you need to really look forward and understand that you can, no matter what, no matter how far down you go, no matter how bad you think it is, no matter how bad it gets, understand that there is a tomorrow. You will get there and you will stand there victoriously, especially if you can take someone who's been through heck and back and seen it all come down to show up tomorrow and write a book to tell you exactly how to get where you need to be, where you need to store up that energy and you to fully shine through, and has by far the best name of a chapter I have heard in a book in a long time. We'll get into that later. But right now, I want you to put your hands together. Not if you're driving. If you're driving, please keep your hands at 10 and 2 because we don't need any accidents. But mentally, put your hands together for the fantastic, the amazing, the supersonic James Sweat. You have such an R&B name. Like
Thank
I
you.
feel
Thank
like
you.
we should, you know.
Thank you. Yeah, people always ask me if I'm related to Keith Sweat. I don't know, but he sing better, but I look better.
Oh,
Ooh, okay.
Oh
Yeah.
man, that's some mental ambition there.
No,
I'll
no
tell you that.
disrespect. It's the mental ambition, baby. You gotta believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Well, and that's one of the key things, and hopefully that's what I wanted to try to highlight in your introduction is there are so many people here who will roll over if the wind blows in the wrong direction, but you've actually walked through the fire. And not only have you walked through the fire, but you've gotten to the other side of it, and you're continuing to grow and get to the other side of it. Why did you decide to take your journey public?
Because there are a lot of people out here who need to hear it. You know, they need to know that no matter what you've been through or where you're at in life, or no matter what happens, you can always change your life around. You can always figure out the next level or how to get to the next level of what you want to accomplish. Don't let anything stop you from achieving what your dreams are. And if I can go through the things that I've been through and I've written in this book, and that's just the tip of the iceberg, anybody can. A lot of people get caught up in procrastination or fear of failure or worrying about what other people are going to say. Who cares? You know, they don't pay your bills.
Nope.
They don't support you. It doesn't matter what their opinion is. You do what works for you and you get to the next level. Grow. That's what life is about, growth and expansion. You know, if you don't put the work in, who's going to do it?
It's true.
No, it's so true. And I always say, you know, there's if they don't fall into the 3 F's, then there's no reason why their opinion matters. If they're not feeding you, if they're not financing you, or if they're not fornicating with you, there's no reason why their opinion matters. So I love that type of aspect and the way that you look at things that way. Has it always been like that, or through your journey, has your journey decided and really crafted you to who you are today?
It was the journey. I used to care a lot about what people thought. I always wanted to try and fit in. You know, try to fit in with the wrong people, the people I shouldn't even been around. But as time went on, I learned that I didn't need people's opinion. I didn't need to feel validated. I validate myself because everywhere I go, it's just me. I can't roll with, I can be with 10, 20, 30 people, but even in that crowd, it's just me. So I got to be at a certain level so I can move forward and progress my own life. I'm the only person I can go everywhere with 24 hours a day.
Facts. You can only be you. I mean,
you know what I'm saying? You got to be you, and you got to grow. So, and I had to grow into me. I wasn't always like this, believe me. You know, but life just kind of molded me into this person. I like who I am.
It's a new beginning. It really is. Easy. I don't want to cut you off.
No, you didn't cut me off at all. I was going to say, you know, so now, you know, you live the journey, you speak about living the journey,
Absolutely.
you speak about going out there and doing the things that are necessary. What made you decide to put it in writing?
Well, growing up, I would have had someone teach me the things I know now. Thank you, my brother. You see it? I wish I had someone teach me the things that I know now. And I know that if I would have had someone put that book in my hands at my early 20s or late teens, I probably wouldn't have went down the path that I went through. So in life, you're told to pass down the things that you learn. And I figure if I put it in a book, I can reach a lot more people. If you're a teenager and you don't know what to do next in life, if you just got out of jail or prison and you need to try and figure out what to do next, how to get to the next level, if you're on drugs and alcohol and you're in the process of recovery, this is just a book that'll help you pretty much figure out what to do next, how to get on track. And that's why I wrote it. I put it in writing so that no matter what happens to me, whether I'm here or not, there's a legacy behind that can help millions of people.
Mm.
It's not about making money. It's not about getting recognition. It's about helping the community, man. We all need help. We all need someone to help us show to get to the next level. You know what I'm saying? We all have dreams and aspirations that we're trying to get to, but sometimes we fall short. We let pressure or life and bills and kids and a whole bunch of distractions cause us to not reach our full potential.
Mm.
But that's why I wrote the book, to inspire people to know that you can go through anything. And the only thing that stops you from continuing on is yourself.
Mm.
Because every day, even if you're tired, you still get up and go to work. You know what I'm saying? If your kids is hungry, you gonna get up and make them food if you're tired. You know what I'm saying? If you gotta people get up and work jobs that they hate
Yeah,
because they gotta make a paycheck,
that's true.
Yep.
But why not invest in yourself?
Mm.
Why not go out and start your own business, your own podcast? Look what you brothers is doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Start your own podcast, start your own clothing line, make some merchandise. You know what I'm saying? Everyone else is doing it. Everyone wants to be an entrepreneur, so why not do it yourself? You got to get you if you want to be a millionaire one day, how are you going to do it if you're only working 40 hours a week and your paycheck is spent on your rent and bills and you got a little bit of money at the end of the week to go to a restaurant?
Mm.
Mm.
You know, I just want people out here to win and get the mental help that they need to progress. That's why I put it all in writing. This is just the first book of a series of books that's coming out. This is just a taste test, see how
Okay.
people like it. I think it's doing well.
To not give out any spoilers or anything within this book, because we want people to have their own experience and their own vision of your writing and your material. What are some of your favorite excerpts or your favorite points that give out within this book of Mental Ambition?
The first thing I really like is in the beginning, chapter 1,
Right.
where I ask 10 questions. To some people, they might be kind of basic, but a lot of people don't sit back and ask themselves these questions. People don't really know who they are. That's really where it starts at. Figuring out who you are. Where's your mind at? What traumas do you have? We'll just start. I'll give away a little bit.
Okay, go ahead.
People say the first, the last two questions are list 5 great qualities about yourself and list 5 bad qualities about yourself. It's like people always want to give themselves the big chip on the shoulder, like I'm this and I'm that. And yeah, that's great. But what are the bad qualities about you that you know you need to change, but you don't?
Mm.
And you kind of just accept people to accept you as you are. There's always some work that needs to be done. That is a major excerpt that I like because it makes you think like, yeah, I have all these great qualities, but I do have room for improvement.
And
that.
I think that's so interesting because I sit on the flip side of that. I
How
can
you
give
see it?
you I can give you 15, 20 different things that I loathe about myself. But to give you 5 things that I like about myself, 5 good traits of myself, I'm lost. I have no idea. I made it here. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it is. But it's all from the conditioning of the thinking and the going through the different processes and different things like that. So even here's 2 people dealing with that one question or those 2 questions in a completely different way, where they can actively get into this conversation and see what's best for both of them. Because there isn't just wisdom in there for people who think, the sun will come out tomorrow. There's also wisdom in there for the people who understand that sometimes there's a rain cloud and that just happens to follow you through.
You're right. You're definitely right. I like your way of thinking, man.
I got you.
But I'm pretty sure you're an amazing guy with 5 great qualities. Number one, you got the gift of gab. Number two, I just met you. You know what I'm saying? Look,
Right.
a couple days ago?
A couple
Got
days
Couple
the
ago,
days
gift
ago,
yeah.
of
two, 3 days ago,
you
3
know what I'm
days
saying?
ago.
Gift of gab. You know how to work a room. You got a great presence about yourself. You got a good aura. And I like your glasses, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's
Thank you.
5.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's a quick 5, you heard?
But enough about me. This interview is about you, sir. About you. And but see, this is what's so important because these are conversations that we don't have on an everyday basis. And
Mhm.
it's a lot of being afraid to have these conversations and to have those moments of vulnerability really prevent us from growing, really
Yeah.
prevent us from being who we truly are, because there you're going to see things in me that I don't see. I'm going to see things in you that you don't see.
Mhm.
And on the both flip side of that, like, I love P to death, but I also know that we have to add in an extra like 10, 15 minutes if we got like plans. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? And that's just the way things go, in the way that, understanding. And he knows it might take 10, 15, 20 minutes to get me out of the house because I don't want to go. I was warm in the house. It's cold outside.
Mhm.
I don't want to people today. I peopled yesterday. I don't want to people today. And
I
he's like, come
understand that.
on, come people, it'll be fine.
Mhm.
So and we understand that, but these are two parts that we're able to adapt and create some better. Like because we went out that one night, now we're here and we're having this incredible interview and we're able to highlight what you have moving forward. Now, I also wanted to challenge one of the things that you stated.
Okay.
T Montgomery actually pushed back a little bit on you too. And you're like, I'm not an artist. You're creative because you happen to live creatively.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So you live the life that is necessary, and that is part of your creative journey.
Mhm.
And that book is a piece of that creation, but also the book's moving forward because you're building a legacy. You're building, and that is what a creative is. A creative is someone that builds a legacy, and you build it differently than other people do. So I just want to give you your flowers for that as well, because you are a creative, sir, and you deserved to be there for that creative, amazing night. What was it like? What was that experience like for you?
Well, firstly, I like to say thank you, my brother, because sometimes I don't think I'm doing anything at all. Sometimes I feel like I don't fit in the room with certain people.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
But these are the things that you have to overcome. These are things that I struggle with. I'm keeping it real. Like to me, it feels like I just wrote a book, but the way you put it is you're right. I'm on a creative journey.
Mhm.
And being in that room, in that space, and seeing all those amazing people, meeting you guys there, seeing the creations that people just think of and they just bring it to life in art, meeting people who have a different aspect and outlook on life. It was amazing, man. Like it gives me hope and it makes me want to keep pushing forward. It's the things people can think about and bring to fruition sometimes really incredible. Some of the artwork I was just blown away with.
Yeah.
And just hearing some of those people just talk, it's like their viewpoints on life and the way that they view the world, how fearless they are. That is really like it's amazing. And I was saying that at the table on the podcast, like that's what mental ambition is being fearless.
Mhm.
Even if you're
Mm-hmm.
afraid, do it afraid anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
Who cares what anyone has to say? And that's what being creative and fearless is. Is getting it done and
Mm-hmm.
doing it in your own creative way. I admire those people that are at the table. Thank everyone that came out and supported, and it was just a great opportunity. And shout out to Raheem because he put that thing together.
No,
Mm-hmm.
definitely. He did a great
Yes, he
job.
did.
Yeah,
With some phenomenal bourbon. With some phenomenal bourbon.
yeah,
That bourbon was exquisite.
had me sweating a little bit in there too.
A little bit. It became warm in there. I had to go
It was a
outside,
little more.
get some air, and then come back out. It was fun.
It was good. No, I'm talking about that bourbon was good though. That bourbon was
Mm-hmm.
definitely hitting. But yeah, it was good.
James, you
Yes.
mentioned routine and just like changing up to be a better person of yourself. Do you think that routine requires people, like cutting out people of your life? And this is what I mean by this. I just want to break it down so you get a good understanding what I'm trying to say because it's really hard sometimes to get your thoughts and put it out there in speech. But let's just say you have that good friend, for example, but you and that good friend who have a really great relationship are still practicing those poor habits in life that are just bringing you down. That's really hard for a lot of people, just like to cut friendships and to cut people who keep them in that same constant stagnant stability. Any words for those people who want to just break away just from those friendships and from that same routine that they're doing to be better versions of themselves? Because technically, a lot of people that you're cool and chill with are people that are really just bringing you down and you don't even know it.
So I have some good friends in my life, right? And I've had great friends in my life. I know that this is how it goes. This is us going along in life, right? Straight. We got people that come with us, right? So we'll just say it's going like this, two people.
Yeah.
As you progress, you're going to go like this. You're going to go up. Or you can stay the same level, or that's plateau, or you can go down, right? Now, you can make a decision in your life to want to be better. You can stop drinking, smoking, hang out, being promiscuous. You can do all that stuff. You're going to start going like this. And as people can either go up with you, they can stay the same, or they can get worse. But no matter what happens, as long as you're progressing, it doesn't matter. As you grow and you acquire new skills, you meet new people, you bump into new situations, you get better friends. Right. Your friend, like I'm meeting you guys, and you guys are phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? I broke away from people who didn't serve me in a healthy way. And it's not anything personal to the people that I don't talk to. You know what I'm saying? It's just my own personal life journey. Right. I choose to go up. If you want to come up with me, you got to elevate with me. You know what I'm saying? If I'm trying to elevate, but I'm trying to carry you with me, you're pulling me back down to where I don't want to be. Right. You know what I'm saying? You never take your own. If you're not right, how can you make sure someone else is right?
Sure. Exactly.
It all starts with you. So if I want to progress, I'm going to progress. If you want to come with me, that's cool. If you don't, that's cool too. I don't have any hatred or anything towards anybody, and you shouldn't either. But if you don't put in the work to be better, you never will be better. And the people who want you around in their lives, they'll either join you or they'll fall by the wayside, and you have to be okay with that. And it's never personal, and it's not business either. This is just life. How many friends have you had in middle school and high school that were your best friends? You ate together every day. You was beatboxing on the table. You know what I'm saying? You was at the bus stop. And how many of you talk to today?
They don't talk to me on WNHHLP 103.5 FM New Haven. Myself, Preston, my partner in crime, Long Island raised, Elm City made, EZ BlueZ is in the building. James Sweat is with just teaching us knowledge. Go ahead, James.
Thank you. But how many people from high school you still cool with?
Right.
And they were your best friend. It's nothing personal. It's just as life goes on, you either grow together as friends or in a relationship, or you grow apart. And that's just what happens. But I could still bump into some people from my past, and it's like we just still the same friends. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's just I don't let the things that other people do influence me. And you can't let it. You have your own thought process and own patterns.
Yeah. No, that's so true. And it's I love how you stated initially that you have to first, fix you. There's that wonderful biblical passage, how can you take a parable? How can you take a splinter of wood out of someone's eye when you have a gigantic plank of wood in your own eye? First, you take the plank of wood out of your eye, and then you can deal with the splinter. When you're sitting on the airplane and they say, when the air mask comes down, first you put yours on, and then you help the person next to you. Because you got to make sure that you're secure and ready to go. Because only in that point, when you are healed, can you heal people. And also, it's one of those things, I say it all the time, and that's maybe it lets people get away with a little bit more, than I probably should let them. But I always say hurt people hurt people.
Yes, they do.
I'm not necessarily mad at that person who hurt me as much as I have to understand that person is hurting as well. And they need to go hurt. They just need to go hurt over there.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that at all. Because this is one thing I've learned. If someone has a problem with you, it's not you with the problem. They have the problem. It's never personal. They have some things they have to work on. If you say something that triggers somebody else, you could be triggering something within them that they might need to fix. And that's the importance of going to therapy or getting a life coach or getting mental health evaluations, like so you can work through your traumas where you get to a point where other people don't bother you. You know, that the words that other people say don't really affect you. Or if something happens, you're not triggered and you're like, you get afraid, or you're just not worried about the effects of the outside world. You know, because every day you can be tried, you can be tested from other people. But you got to get to a point where you're comfortable and whatever's thrown at you, you can handle it. And this is a way you can know if whatever's thrown at you, can handle it, right? Have you ever had a situation you thought you wasn't going to make it out of? Or it was like, man, I can't believe I can't, I'm not, how am I going to pay this bill? How am I going to get through this relationship? How am I going to get in a car accident? Oh man, I don't got no insurance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like all those things that happen, you came out with flying colors. And every time, and even let's bring it back a little more. Remember when you had that bully in school? If any of you had a bully in school and you had to fight the bully, or the bully would always pick on you, that bully's life is probably way worse than yours. And that's why he went to school with an attitude, ready to fight everybody, because the home life could have not been as good. You know? Never take anything anyone does to you personal, even if it's directed at you. Sometimes it's just other people have so much more going on that we don't even understand. Never take it personal. They got the problem, not you. Don't let anyone ruin your happiness.
See, and that's so true, because I also love the statement of other people's opinion of me is none of my business. You know, it's so super, super important, because I live massively different. I am 100% tattooed. I am bearded. I work very hard to look as different as humanly possible, so people, go through that type of aspect. But I do that because there are so many people who do not feel comfortable in the way that they are, do not feel safe enough to be the way that they are. So if I don't take my privilege and use it to the best of my ability, then that's saying that it's not safe for other people to be themselves as well. So that's, I take that very, very seriously. And that's something, but again, that's my journey. That's what I need to do to get through the next level. As you knew ago, I have to say, man, it is the elephant in the room. But what gave you the idea to name that chapter "Whose Weed Is This"? That is my favorite chapter name in the history of chapter names. And I want to say it was mine. I just want to say it was mine.
This is one thing I learned, that whenever you're writing a book, you want to make it where it captures people's attention. Right. And it caught your attention, didn't it?
It definitely did.
But I named it that because it was just the start of a story. Like, you get pulled over and you got some people in the car, cops find some weed. Whose weed is this? And then no one wants to take accountability for it. So then that's how the story progresses.
Yep.
A lot of people, for people who are in the street show, be careful who you have in your car. Be careful who you talk to.
Yeah.
Because you never know if people say they stand up, or people say that, I got you, I'm going to take mine. What's mine is mine. When the heat is on, you don't know what anybody's going to do to not be in trouble or get in trouble or go to jail. Because you see it all the time in TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook videos. My man got 65 years. They put the cuffs on him and he's drooling and snot and crying. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't want to live that life, and they'll do anything not to go behind bars. So just be careful who you interact with. But whose weed is this? It did its job. It got your attention.
Well, no, but it's also a very important topic, because it is very true to be careful who you interact with, because it can be from the business aspect or something along those lines, and it could look like it's something super positive. How many business deals have been put out there that you then realize the person that you're in bed with business-wise is getting their money from an illegal aspect, or is beating up babies. You're like, this is my new partnership right here, and we're gonna $1 bajillion, and this dude's beating babies on his off time, and he gets that gets shown up on on Facebook, and now you also apparently beat babies, even though you've never beaten a baby before in your entire life, but you're guilty by association, and that is so huge. So really be careful. And and just so you know where it could be a stranger's aspect, if you are like a Lyft driver and you see, this dude is only going to this building and then coming right back, I might want to take a different call. You know what I'm saying? Because how many people I know that have gotten pulled over for dropping somebody off and been like, what are you doing in this neighborhood? What are you doing? Blah, 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 blah. That's a whole nother story that you really got to be careful. And you're just trying to make money. You're out here just struggling and trying to be in the hustle yourself. And now you've got the law breathing down your back because the person that you got paid to take from point A to point B and back again was visiting point B for a reason that was not so supercalifragilistic.
Yeah. The people that you surround yourself with, or just being put in the wrong situation at the wrong time, the wrong place, wrong time, can have some dire consequences. And you just got to know your surroundings and who you're around. Because guilty by association is so true, man. Listen, I got stories, but we gonna say
if you have a thought, if you want to just
share as much as you want, it's your story, homie.
Like we're not trying to hold anybody back here. Just make it PG related. That's all.
We'll keep it PG related. All right. So we'll keep it PG related, right?
Absolutely.
All right, let's say there's a really intelligent kid hanging out on a corner, but there's 10 guys out there selling drugs, and the cops run up. Are they gonna sit there and just be like, "All right, you good kid, leave"? No, they're gonna take them all down. Simple. Guilty by association. Be careful who you stand around. Be careful who you talk to. Be careful who you interact with. We're gonna keep it that simple because we're gonna keep it PG.
No, but it's so super true because no matter, it's a non-point song, but bullet with a name on it. No bullets have a name. It's plain, and when it's fired, it can go anywhere. And whether and you got to look at a bullet as repercussions, any type of repercussions that are there. So you be in the wrong place at the wrong time and then not have a job anymore because you were on your lunch break and some stuff went down next door and you happen to be standing right there and you're brought in with it. Make sure all your ducks are in a row. Make sure that you're squared away and you are taken care of. Because in a 2.2 seconds, life could change and it could get real fast. And that really sucks.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Good boy. One of the stories that I have in there is how I got. Can I say shot?
Yeah.
You say shot.
Yeah. One of the stories in there is how I got shot, right? So it was just a drug deal gone wrong. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even mine. And then I ended up getting shot and bleeding out and dying, and doctors brought me back to life. You know what I'm saying? I got hit for something that wasn't even mine. So you got to be careful about the situations you can put yourself in. You know what I'm saying? I thank God I had someone bring me to the hospital. My boy brought me to the hospital because they saved my life. They could have left me bleeding to death in the car.
Right.
But I learned to not be in the car with other people now. If I ain't driving, I ain't going.
I like that. I like that rule.
And if I am driving, I don't even know if I'll ride dolo. I don't even like people being with me. I be chilling by myself. You know what I'm saying? Because once you start bringing other people in, you don't know what they're going to bring with them. You don't know if someone has beef. You don't know if someone's cheating on their wife and their wife run up on you or the side guy run up on you. You don't know what people are into. You only know what you're doing and what you got going on.
It's true.
And if you it's hard to go through life without friends, but a lot of times you gotta make sure that your friends are solid and they're not on some wild stuff. You know what I'm saying? You got to make better informed decisions on the people and company that you keep. Because you could have a friend for 20 years and realize they was never your friend.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying? You can ride out for years, 10, 20 years. It's my dog, we party, we cool, we this, we that. Yo, let me get $20. Nah, you can't have it right now. I'm your boy though. What you mean you ain't give me $20? Yo, we ain't cool no more. He acting cheap now. It's like that because I told you no for $20. Right. Now you lost your friend who you thought was your friend for $20. Goes to show you that a lot of people only stay around you when they benefit in some way. And just the book will help. I'm gonna say this: the book will help a lot of people get through a lot of this stuff a lot simpler. We can sit here and talk all day. Please buy the book. It'll
Buy the
break it
book.
down. It'll break it down so simple and so plain that you'll be able to really figure out who you're supposed to be around, who you're not supposed to be around, how to figure out different types of people, what signs to look for. You know, mental ambition, a guide to upgrading your life. Walmart, Barnes and Noble, Amazon, I'm everywhere. If you know me, you can come see me personally, and I will sign it for you.
Well, see, here's the thing, and this is like in reading the book and everything, and knowing that there are other books coming out. Are there going to be almost like training seminars? Are there going to be, is that what we're branching into, where you're taking these and you're taking these different steps we can now apply as a group and kind of like, I'm not saying a bunch of dudes are sitting around in a circle passing around, the the uh, the war spear that they can talk about or something like that, but very similar to that type of aspect. I personally see this as something bigger than just something in writing. I see this as something that really does have more of that holistic atmosphere.
Well, funny that you say that because I was thinking about maybe doing seminars. I'm a certified life coach, so I was thinking about doing like groups. People come in, give our people an opportunity to come in and vent.
Right.
A lot of people
Yeah.
have so much stuff built up in them, years of trauma, being bullied, bad relationships, stress from working kids, life, your car breaking down. And a lot of people just internalize all this and they hold a lot of this in. And I was thinking about maybe coming up with some life coaching groups where people can come in and vent, or if you need one-on-one sessions, maybe making a curriculum where we can work through people's traumas. But I'm not a clinician and I'm not a doctor, so I can't diagnose anybody. But just to some of the things that I know, I can help some people navigate through a lot of the things that they're going through. And if I can't, I'll point you in the direction where it needs to go.
Well,
But
see, that's what I'm saying. Like taking what you have so far and just making it kind of like a workbook.
ooh,
Like shadow work. You know what I'm saying?
ooh,
And then having those workbook classes where you're not telling people what to go through, you're just going through the workbook with them. This way you don't have to worry about being a doctor and prescribing anything. You're just helping them get through the program that you created.
excuse me, I'm putting this in my notes. Thank you, my
Please
brother.
do.
Putting this in the notes right now.
I have a tendency to do that.
This is something else too. When you're an entrepreneur, when you collaborate, this is what happens. People brainstorm, and then they give you great ideas. You get great feedback. So thank you, my brother. I appreciate
Of
you.
course, got you. No
You know
worries.
what I'm saying? But this is a learning experience. Link up with some good people, bounce some ideas around, and you might be on to your next big business venture.
Oh, great minds sharing ideas. You gotta love it.
Uh-huh. So I'm sorry in the middle of this, but I got to
Nah,
get this down.
No,
no, it's fine. It's fine. With so much happening just throughout your whole life,
Mhm.
how hard was it to put this under 60 pages and teach people and show people? Like, how hard was that? There had to be so many rough drafts and redos, like, because this is not easy putting, your trauma and your teachings and the reinvention of yourself on paper. It's not easy.
Listen, when I tell you
Yeah.
that I'm 36, I'll be 37 this year.
Yeah.
I started writing in 2010 when I was locked up, right? Just a bunch of stuff that I want other people to learn. It is super hard to cram so much information into a small book. The reason
Yeah.
the reason I made the book small is because a lot of people don't read. If I made a book this thick, no matter how much good information was in there, it's super intimidating. People aren't going to read it.
It's true.
No matter
Facts.
unless I'm already famous and people are like, man, he got another one up. So it was super hard to figure out what three main topics to put into a book that's 54 pages. And it took I'll say about a solid year of me just trying to figure out the topics.
Yeah.
Because, well, I'm gonna tell the topics because it's understanding who you are and fixing yourself. Understanding the opposition because it's anyone that you meet, you need to figure out who they are and what their
Mm-hmm.
purpose is in your life, and your friends. With your friends make up who you are.
Mm-hmm.
You know that you go for them for advice. You go to them for when you have problems, and they have pretty much the biggest input on your life because you go to them for advice. Those three topics came to me one day when I was like, man, what can I write about? I literally prayed to God, like, God, what should I talk to people about? And those three things came to me. But cramming 36 years, well, I was 36 years, 35. I think I was 35.
Mm-hmm.
35 years of information in 50 pages is incredibly challenging.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And to make it interesting on top of that, because we're in a day and age where social media runs the world. If it's longer than 15 seconds, people ain't watching.
Sure.
Right.
You know how hard it is to get people to read?
Yeah.
You know, but I came up with a solid plan to make a book where you get a piece of who I am in the beginning so you can understand where I come from and how I grew up, a learning lesson, and then you get a real great story. And then I break it up with lesson, story, lesson. So it's not just me just trying to teach people something all the time. You know, it was a very long process, but I think it came together very well. And for a book to be 54 pages, I haven't heard any complaints yet.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now here's the thing. I hope you still have your notes out.
What else you got? Come on, let's get it. Let's get it.
Let's start taking those topics and putting it on social media. Let's start having that discussion on TikTok where you can now break down those 50 pages into 15 seconds, and have that as the tip to move forward, almost like you are your own 365-day inspirational calendar. That also being said, you should have a 365-day inspirational calendar as part of your merch. I'm just putting it out there. So those are different ways that you can go, because one, you're making that presence on social media. Then you can also help to book, your talks and help to move forward in those other directions as well. Especially being a life coach, take that life coach aspect of it and 100% take that onto social media, and you will wind up probably finding more clients than anything else.
If you're wondering why I'm quiet, if they can't see us,
No,
I'm
it's
taking
fine.
these notes.
We get it. We get
These
it.
notes is going down. You hear? Listen, always keep your phone with you. If you got an iPhone, use that note section. Believe me, that's how these books come together. Take some notes.
Note sections are huge, man.
Listen,
and like
man.
I'm a musician, so it's my audio notes that are just ridiculous. Like one day, the day that I pass, they're gonna go through all my audio notes and be like, "This man was the craziest person I've ever met in my entire life." I don't even know anymore. I'd much rather people like delete my audio notes than delete my search files. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep the browser history, take out the audio notes.
So you're right about putting the book down on social media and breaking it down into lessons. But I got a bunch of other stuff, but it's just hard, when you know how hard it is to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah,
like you listen, a lot of people, for everyone that's listening, it's not easy.
No, it's not.
You're gonna have long nights up till 2, 3, 4 in the morning, marketing. You trying to take meetings. You're walking here. You're meeting people here. You might be working a job and still gotta go to another meeting after. You're gonna get business deals. People gonna tell you lies. They're gonna sell you dreams. It's a lot to deal with, and all you want to do is get out here, make money, or possibly help people in some way, shape, or form. But it's never just easy. It's not a cakewalk. And it's not for the faint of heart, man. You're going to spend some money. You're going to take some losses. You're going to sit back and you're going to try and make it. But sometimes there's going to be them nights where you're like, man, forget this. I'm just going to work. I don't want to deal with this. But that's what mental ambition is, though. No matter what, you keep going. Right. The things I'm doing, the only reason I'm sitting here with you guys is because I had a dream that I wanted to build a brand, motivated people to get better. And I wrote a book. And from there, I've been pushing this thing out there. You hear me? And you have to have the belief that no matter what you're doing, it's going to work. It might not work today, tomorrow, next year, the following year. It might be 5 or 10 years. But if you give up, how you going to reach that?
We're
Right.
not
How
going to
you
give
going
up on WNHHLP 103.5 FM New Haven. Myself, Preston, and my partner in crime, Long Island Raised, Elm City made EZ BlueZ is in the building. James, go right ahead. Sorry to interrupt.
It's all right, my brother, because we ain't giving up.
No, we're not.
We're gonna keep going. no matter. See, and then that's another thing. No matter what, even if you get something comes in your way, you keep going.
Mhm.
Right.
If you make a mistake, you keep going. If things go right, you keep going. If they go wrong, you keep going. That's what mental ambition is. Mental ambition means to prepare your mind for any challenge and believe you can accomplish anything. With the right mindset, you can accomplish anything, and that's where I'm at with it. You know.
It's so interesting because my cousin actually just sent me a TikTok clip that I think applies perfectly. It's Tony Robbins talking with somebody, and he said, I want you to look around the room and see everything in the room that's brown. And look around, take a couple of seconds. Okay, good. What in the room is red? Now you can't think about it because you've been looking around at all the things that were brown. You didn't pay attention to what was red. And then you're like now looking in the room to see what is red. When you actually go and you're looking for something and you're looking for that aspect. So if you walk around and you tell the world that you are broken and you are, beyond repair, that's what you're going to see because you're going to be able to really rationalize that type of aspect. It's really when you're trying to put that forth out there, that mental ambition of I am unstoppable. I am the force to be reckoned with, or as the devil came into your ear and said, "Prepare for the storm," and I looked back and said, "I am the storm."
Come on now. I am. I like that. I am the storm. I like that.
There you go. Feel free. That one's yours too. You can.
Man, listen.
What was the best?
I was gonna say, you have to have that faith in knowing that you are unstoppable, and no matter what you put your mind to, you can do it. If you put there's a lot of people that end up in the streets or do commit crimes, sell drugs, whatever, right? Imagine you did all these wrong things, right? Imagine if you put all your energy into the right things. How far do you think you could really succeed in life? Instead of telling yourself, I'm a loser, I'm not gonna be nothing, I'm down and out. Imagine if you told yourself, I can accomplish anything. I'm strong, I got amazing resilience. I can bounce back and have the greatest comeback of my life. If you change your mindset and the way that you think, you can accomplish anything. 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 I stress that point because listen, I wasn't supposed to be here multiple times. I almost died. I did die and then almost died multiple times. I've been to jail. I've been hungry. I've been homeless. I've been heartbroken. I've been cheated on. I've been betrayed. I've been through so much in life, and I'm still sitting here with these great guys smiling. You feel me? Life is great, and it all depends on all these bad things I've been through. They've shaped me into who I am, but I'm still me. I have a great mindset and a great personality. You got to talk. You got to believe in yourself and talk into yourself. Speak affirmations into yourself. If I can overcome all of that stuff, why can't I battle any other thing that's presented in front of me?
Right.
And that's the mindset that people have to have. That's mental ambition. I've been through a lot in life. Like you said, I am the storm. I weathered it, and now I ride the storm. I'm coasting right now. You hear? What were you gonna say, Preston?
Nah, I'm just going to reword my question that I was about to say to you. Any mental ambition that you changed from some of your readers who read your book? Any great stories, any great feedback that you heard that really just like changed your perspective and probably gave you ideas for future books to come? Just talking to people about it.
Well, I will say that there were some instances that really touched me. I gave a book to a lady who read it in like a day. And then the next time she saw me, she said, James, this was an amazing book. You've been through a lot and you inspired me to go to therapy because I struggle with a lot too. That means a lot to me because it means that you get the point that we go through a lot of. She got the point that we go through a lot of stuff, and sometimes we need help getting through the traumas we've been through. That was an amazing story. I gave a book to one of my boys, and in I only knew him for a little bit of time, maybe like a few weeks, a month, a few months. But in that time, he stopped smoking weed. He was smoking for a very long time. He started going to truck driving school, passed his test, and came up to me with like, James, thank you for your time. And you never know the amount of impact that you had on me, even though we didn't talk that much. He's like,
Right.
You pointed me in a direction where I can finally get my life together. And I thank you for that. Like, that's what I do it for. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not trying to be famous. I just want everyone to reach their full potential, or at least get on track. You know, everyone comes up to me, James, a great book, amazing. I can't believe your story. I can't believe you're alive. Yeah, but did you really read it? Like, are you getting the message that I want you to get help? I want you. Some of the people that have the biggest smiles in the world have the biggest amounts of pain and hurt, and they laugh because they're in so much pain. Like, if anyone comes up to me playing around and joking a lot, I think they have a lot of pain in them. Because you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, why are you so playful and joking? I know some people are like that, but a lot of people cover up their pain with smiles.
Yep.
The reason I wrote the book is because I want everyone to get help. I had a lot of stuff I struggled with. I still struggle with some things. I still go to therapy. You know what I'm saying? But I just want everyone to get the help that they need. And I became a life coach to be able to talk to people who need someone to talk to. Even if you if you don't need no advice, sometimes people just need you to listen. Some people just got to get some stuff out their chest. Like, I just want people to be better. But those are two of like the main stories that really touched me. And I thank them for coming back and talking to me. You know, I don't do it for the recognition. I do it because I want people to be better.
I like that. I like that. Time is running short, though, unfortunately.
It's okay. What else you got?
The rest we got is just you. These last couple of minutes, just please let us know about your social media, plug your book, plug anything that you're going to be a part of, any future events that you can meet people in future months. And
social media.
Yeah.
Social media. My TikTok is mental_ambition 2.0. MENTAL_AMBITION 2.0. 70,000 followers, 1.6 or 7 million views. This is the second page. The first page had 100,000 followers, 3.8 billion views. They shut that down.
Ooh.
Of course they did.
I'm out here powerful, baby, but that's mental ambition. You keep going.
Right.
Instagram, mental_ambition 3.0. Coming up very soon. The second book is in the process of being copyrighted. Mental Ambition: A Guide to a Better Relationship. That's coming in the next couple months. That's going to be 150 pages, 3 times the size of this book. But I guarantee it's going to be a banger. It's going to be fire. What else I got coming up? Merchandise available online. If you go to my social medias, I got hoodies, wristbands, hats. I got slides coming. I got calendars coming. Shout out to Infinity Beyond Travel, the Bearded Business. Shout out to my guy Dave Mendez, because he would play the major part. Shout out to Grace Worship Assembly. Shout out to anyone and everyone who's supported me, saluted me. You like the videos, you share the comments, you share my videos. If you ever just saw me and said, James, I support what you're doing, I appreciate all of you, because you helped build me into who I am and give me the motivation to keep going. Y'all keep my mental ambition strong. Shout out to you guys for giving me the opportunity to showcase mental ambition. I appreciate you guys, and I love what you guys are doing. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Anyone who's out there trying to be an entrepreneur, just know it's going to be tough. It's not going to be easy, but if you keep going forward, it will pay off. If you need mental help, please go to therapy, find a life coach, turn to a religion, or build a spiritual relationship. Get the help that you need, so that way you can progress mentally and you're not crying every night and under the covers. Please get the help you need.
On that
note, I think that's about it.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very
Thank you.
much. We hope this is the first of many conversations with you, and that's where we go from here.
All right, just
Myself, Preston, and my partner in crime, Long Island Raised, Elm City made, Mr. Easy Blues on WNHH LP 103.5 FM, New Haven.
Wondering what to write about, trying to figure out what it's all about. Existentialist, am I worth anything or just a scout? I don't know. I don't know.